Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to Zen Romance Tarot. We're going to take a look at Scorpio. Hey Scorpio! I did a couple of Scorpio readings, but it wasn't like one that looks at us per se. It was more looking at other people or us with other people. So we're just going to take a look at us, right? Scorpio, I did meditate over these cards. And we're going to take a look and see what's going on. Your energy right now, Scorpio, is Dharma. You're trying to figure it out. Because Dharma is reversed, it's just a reminder that you play a very important role in the universe. And I think you may be trying to escape it or figure out what it is at this point. This card basically says that you possess unique gifts. And only you can give this gift to the world. And when you don't give your gift, it kind of paralyzes the whole world or stunts it from its growth in a sense. So this card is encouraging you to rise up to your Dharma role. It starts with you. Each day brings you closer to your purpose. And when you don't rise up, Scorpio, the whole world misses out. So you could be a helper, you could be an advocate, you could be a counselor, you could be a teacher, you could be a psychic. You could be an inventor. You could be a person who is an attorney or a lawyer and you fight injustices. And the reason why I mention that is because the energy right now, Scorpio, for you is the Rebel card. Let's take a look at the Rebel. You're the protester. You're the person who goes against tradition. I think to an extent you are traditional, but you like to think outside the box in terms of how to get there. Alright, it's not the regular 9 to 5 get there. It might be some other way, or just some variation that you make in your life that allows you the opportunity to still explore who you are and live, but you're still on your way to traditionalism in a sense. Alright, so you're a little bit of a rebel. It says you're a protester. But this is a lifelong pattern. You could always have been against patterns. Let's take a look at the shadow on this one. I reject legitimate authority out of anger, rebels of peer pressure or fashion. That's the shadow part of it. I think with this one, Scorpio is more of legitimate authority and anger. Scorpios don't like injustices. Scorpios don't like when people are treated unfairly. Scorpios don't like when paperwork says something and then something else shows up. Challenges authority to affect social change. So when you do use this, this spirit that you have that fights against injustices, it's usually for social change. It also talks about rejecting spiritual systems that don't serve your inner need. So it just talks about how you're kind of in this mode right now where you're a rebel. I think who you are is coming out. I think that you're learning how to manage it. And we're going to get into that too, because there's definitely some growth here. We have the Tower reversed. This is refusing to change patterns. Yep, I said that earlier. But this talks about refusing to change certain patterns. There's certain things about yourself that you're not changing. You're like, this is how it is, this is how it's going to be. But I don't know how that's going to serve you. This card is basically telling you, the Tower reverse, that difficulties are going to come. They're going to continue to come if you keep practicing the old patterns. You have to switch things up. That's what the Tower reverse is telling us. If you don't switch things up, then you just kind of like miss out. You're going to cross over into a transition without being prepared for it, because the Tower is coming. And it's like you know it's coming, but in some instances you're kind of fighting against the grain a little bit. I don't want to change this pattern. I'm going to make it work. And it's getting to the point where you can't make it work. And I think that's where you were. You started to realize that it wasn't working, so you had to come up with another recipe. So Scorpio, I kind of feel like you've been in a lab working on yourself a little bit, not too intertwined with many people, just kind of doing your own thing and manifesting what you want. It says, basically, the Magician card in your case is about spirituality. because Dharma's like the highest role of all, and you've almost achieved it. I think you understand something's changing, but you're like, okay, if it's going to change, I accept the change, but I want to somehow manage it. So you kind of have control over how you want things to pan out. Okay? It's also telling you that if you're making a decision, then maybe you should wait, think about it, and then go for it. If it's not about a venture, then you may be manifesting a love that you want. The Judge card also talks about us, Scorpio, seeking balance in our lives, trying to figure out what went wrong before. The Judgment card, this Judge card in this deck pretty much says that you're definitely against like certain injustices, discriminations, and things like that. But it depends on who's calling the shots. So if somebody else is calling the shots over you, Scorpio, they may be putting the punishment on too hard. But if it's you giving the punishment out, you're typically fair and just. That's the Judge card. So here we have Justice. You could be in some kind of legal battle, a legal dispute. And it might be delayed due to unforeseen circumstances, such as whatever's going on in the world, things closing suddenly, whatever's going on out there in the world. That could be something that delays a court case for you. Okay, we already talked about the punishment part. And then there's something else I wanted to tell you guys about this. Being dependent on others to help you. You're trying to get out of that. We have the Four of Swords, and this talks about how you were in pain, and now you're kind of recovering from whatever happened here. I think this is a pattern of things. This is a series of relationships that happened. And it says that you're recovering pretty much. You're taking the time and you're planning better before you get into something else. There are a lot of things that you're working on. You're trying to really decipher situations. You're trying to judge. This whole thing could really mean a couple of things. But you're coming to peace with something. It's kind of like the Four of Swords is a calm before the storm. It's kind of per the book, getting your, what does it say? Getting your inner house in order. So you're really working on yourself. I think you're thinking about things that may have happened in the past and how maybe you were even unfair to yourself. You probably gave more to other people than they were giving back to you. I think you're looking for fairness at this point, but I see you in the stage of just reflecting and thinking. And you're manifesting stability. So this card, Four of Swords, is the calm before the storm. We have Inner Child. Is it Inner Child? Nope, this is not. This is Child Eternal. Child Eternal is basically somebody, and we're going to look at this. So Scorpio, are you struggling a little bit with youth? Like, because this card talks about you're determined to remain young in mind, body, and soul, which is awesome. You're open to learning, open to staying. You're just an intelligent person, I guess. And you stay on top of everything that's going on. And maybe you can take in a lot of information. But you're looking to remain young. And then the card just basically says that you may have some issues with aging. So take a look into that too. Maybe that's something you need to look into. I mean, I think that's something that we all face. But you could be having an issue with aging, Scorpio. Okay. Now, Ten of Pentacles, was that reversed? Yeah, it was. No, was it? Oh, I can't remember if it was reversed or not. No, I think it wasn't because I thought it was inner. I reversed it. Yep, okay. So now we have Ten of Pentacles. You're focused on your home. You're focused on your family. You're focused on just stability. And it looks like you're doing pretty well at it. So you're basically, your hard work is paying off. So next we have the Knight of Wands. It's somebody who is maybe younger coming to deliver a message to you. It could be a message about some kind of social event or work, or you could be invited somewhere. You could be going on vacation. There could be news about a job. There could be news about a new home. Let's see what else we have. Oh, it could also be about marriage. Somebody could be proposing to you, or they want to talk to you about marriage, or what role you could play in their life. So maybe there's somebody who's interested in you. You could be running into a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. It says that you're probably going to meet somebody new. But the thing is, before you meet somebody new, I think, Scorpio, you're trying to focus on some of the things, some of the challenges that you were having before. So, Scorpio, there was a problem with you expressing your feelings. I think that people may have hurt you a lot and you didn't say much. Or maybe you chose to ignore certain things that internally probably destroyed you and you didn't say anything. So I think this go around, after this transition, I think you're going to start to speak up a little bit more and acknowledge your emotions. Because even after these things happen to you, remember, I'm reading a pattern here. These are things that happen over and over and over again. And eventually something had to fall. Something had to, like, things just had to be, like, regrouped, if that makes any sense. Is that a word, regroup? Well, you know, you got to fix stuff up. You got to put it in order. It does talk about your, it didn't say, what was that word? Your inner house in order. It does talk about that. But it also talks about a pattern. These things happened many times before. And now Scorpio is trying to manifest what Scorpio wants. Okay. For Scorpio, I think that you had a problem expressing your feelings. I think that you never allowed yourself to fully experience what happened to you. So you may have gone from relationship to relationship and never had any space in between to grieve or understand what happened. And before you know it, first heartbreak, second, third, fourth, you never dealt with it. And then you get hit with the tower. So to me, this is like an internal tower where you got hit. I got to deal with this stuff. And then it looks like you go on to do it. But you also start to acknowledge some of the things that you let go in the past. Like you are taking the time to reflect and observe the nature of yourself. Like who I am, how I react to things. You try and remain calm and tolerant. And you might have been flipping out before. Where before you flip out is over something, oh my God, whatever. And now you look at the situation differently. I believe your perspective may have changed. And the way you handle things is just completely different. It's like you handle it with more of a logical sense versus emotions. And I think you also have a lot of patience now too. Where before in the past you may not have had patience. Definitely on a spiritual journey here. I've seen that in a couple of the readings. But I also feel like one of the biggest, I think you're judging yourself. I think you're giving yourself justice. I think you're like, no more. You're in the lab redoing you. That's what it looks like. But you're definitely believing that a higher power is guiding you during this journey. You're not afraid. I think you understand that there are going to be changes, but you're definitely not afraid. This card, this next one is, it talks about, independence. I think that you've been withdrawn, so you're open to now the possibility of living. I think after some time has gone. I think that you're going to run into somebody. I don't know why I felt like this before. I think it's a fire sign. I think that you're going to shed this victim mentality, Scorpio. All these things that happened to you before, I don't think you're going to cry about them anymore. I think you're going to take that energy and put it in something else. You're not a victim. You're strong. You're not waiting to be rescued. You're going to do it. And I believe this person might be on the same journey with you. This Knight of Wands. That's what I got. After that, in my pre-pull, I was able to pull, I pulled a card, and I know what it said, but we're going to see. If something's meant to come out, it's going to come out again. These. Oh, that one fell, but I'm not taking it because I didn't ask my question. I'm really like about that. I'm like, ancestors. Ancestors. Ancestors, please give me Scorpio's energy and love. Ancestors. Ancestors. Help clarify Scorpio's love. Their role in love. Their feelings about love. Ancestors. Give me one card for Scorpio. Advice for love, please. Okay. That was obvious. Somebody's wearing a false mask in this relationship. Okay, where am I gonna put this? We'll put you right there. Ancestors, tell me more. And Scorpio just want to talk about the relationship. Someone's wearing a false mask in this relationship. Magician. Oh. You're being advised to free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life, which you are doing. Yes, you are. I see that. Ancestors. Ancestors, give me one more card, please. One more card, please, ancestors. One card. I'm not taking that. I'm being very light with these. Ancestors. One more card for Scorpio, please. Scorpio in love. Deception. Someone's wearing a false mask in this relationship. Rebel. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Okay. One second. Be very careful. Oh my God. Okay. Free yourself. Okay. Okay. I think you may have been deceived. I think deception has always been. Scorpio, was probably you being deception. Like, you're deception. I don't think that you were ever fully yourself in any of your relationships. But I think whoever you were involved with, it could have been, I think you're going to meet a fire sign. I feel like you could have been involved with a Libra. You could have been involved with an air sign. Pretty much anybody here. So, I feel like, Four of Swords. I feel like you're reluctant to open up a little bit to somebody. You know you need to, and it's in the back of your mind. But I think you're on break, working on yourself. But I think when you get the time, you'll probably flirt with somebody. You're not. I don't think you're. I don't think it's beneath you. I just don't think you're there yet. You're just not ready to do it yet. It also says these cards tell you to free yourself. It's time to take your life back. There's somebody coming towards you. Let's see if we can. Let me see if I can find out something about this person coming towards you. I don't know if these are going to work, but we can try. Ancestors. Oh, okay. Decks mixed in decks. Ancestors. Is there anything you can tell me? I don't necessarily feel like these are the right cards. Okay. Ancestors. Free yourself. It's time to take back your life. Ancestors, tell me something about this. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. Tell me if there's somebody coming towards Scorpio. It's time to take back your life. What happens? The Sun. The Sun is the bringer of life. It's an energizing, active, dynamic force whose light is necessary for well-being and makes us feel brighter, happier, and healthier. Life is automatically connected to its cycles, the seasons of the year, and the shifting rhythm of daylight. By drawing this card, you're invited to use the energies of the sun when practicing magic, personal healing, good fortune in all areas of life, health, success, and prosperity, or for a new impulse to assist your life. You may also want to consider tailoring your activities to suit the cycle of the sun. Okay, so I think this card is advising you, Scorpio, you need to practice happiness, right? You need to free yourself from some cycles, which I talked about earlier, that have been impacting your life. And I think you're starting to realize, I think you've always realized, I just think you're really starting to deal with and take time for yourself in between whatever happened with whatever person. There was some, how can I explain this? There's some series of events, right? There's some series of events, and the common denominator is you. And I think you're starting to realize that there's something about me that keeps me drawing these energies that I just am not satisfied. I'm not fulfilled. There's something I feel like maybe I could tolerate, then I can't tolerate it anymore. So making decisions because maybe you're lonely, or making decisions that just don't make any sense, or with false hopes that this person or whatever person you is going to be the one, and I think in the back of your mind you know they are not. So there's some also there's some denial there with you too, Scorpio. Before you know it, you decide, and I've seen it happen with some Scorpios, like oh, we're just gonna hang out for a few months, and then next thing you know, it's a few years, and you wasted all this time with somebody who wasn't gonna give you what you wanted anyway. But you did that. So you got to take some responsibility for the decisions that you make, Scorpio, when you let these people in who you know are not compatible with you. Okay. Now, let me see if there's anything I can find out. Let me see if there's anything I can find out about this person. Those cards are not even in here. Great. Let me see if there's anything we can find out about this person. This person is going to be a very, I guess, a stable person. I think, Scorpio, you might be manifesting somebody, because you're manifesting being stable. I think you might be manifesting somebody who's fixed. I mean, if you really think about what you want, it looks like you might be manifesting somebody who's going to mirror the new you. And you are manifesting what you want. Ancestors, tell me about Knight of Wands, please. Ancestors, tell me about the Knight of Wands, please. Okay, free yourself. Your life purpose fully supports you. Okay. Your life purpose fully supports you. Okay. Maybe this person is some sort of a mentor or a leader. Maybe they have their own business. Maybe they're smart with investments. Maybe they're working still, but they're hoping not to work too long because they might be pretty decent with the investments that will later support them. Not quite yet, but almost. Ancestors, one more. Environmentalists. You're an earth angel who was born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and animals. So this person could be an animal lover. This person could be a teacher, like I said before. This person literally could be an environmentalist because they help. Not bad. Don't environmentalists get paid? Okay. So that's one good thing. Let's see what else is going on. Scorpio, you're going to come across this person when you let go. And you're just like hanging out. And just understanding. I guess while you're on your journey, you start to realize certain things. You're like, oh, okay, today I'm going to get up and do my toes. Or maybe I didn't do my toes for months. I don't know. Just stuff like that. You start to little by little kind of go back out there. But then it seems like you're going to come across somebody who is, they could be a fire sign. They could be very motivated. They're probably a mentor. They're pretty decent with money. I think they're going to add to your stability, which is pretty cool. Ancestors. Let's see. Oh, who is this anyway? I don't know what that. Mermaids and dolphins. Ancestors. Give me a message for Scorpio. Just a quick message for Scorpio. The general reading. Scorpio's general reading for March 2021. In love, of course. Ancestors. Ancestors. Advice for Scorpio, please. Advice for Scorpio. I kind of want to leave this about you guys and not dabble too much into all these other people, and just so you can recognize the journey that you're on, especially when you're Dharma rule. You want to make sure you fully accept that, because every day you get closer to what you were going to be. You have this gift inside of you, and I don't know why you're reluctant to let it out. I mean, I get it. Some people just aren't ready to put themselves out there. We're all in different phases. Everybody's not in the same. And then you have the ones that operate different. You have some early Scorpios. You have some later month Scorpios. It's just different. Ancestors. Oh, okay. One fell. Yay. Rest. You've been born working hard. Take a nap. Get some rest. And I think that's what you've been doing. You've been taking some rest from the running. Because you were running. You were running not only from, not only running the streets, but you're also running from your emotions. Running from maybe loneliness. Running from, like, you're just running from these feelings that you never let yourself heal from basically every situation you were in. And that is an issue. Alright, Scorpio, quick general reading. Hope we provided some clarity. Hope we provided some clarity of where you are now. And what's on the other side of it. Not bad. You just have to allow yourself to heal. You can take as long as you want, but don't let certain opportunities pass by being hung up on things that happened before. Because it looks like you may have somebody who is smart, and they're probably financially, they're going to be able to support themselves. They're on the move. They might be energetic. They might be an environmentalist. They may love nature. Yeah. Look at those beautiful purple flowers back there. This person might live in, like, probably like a suburb or something, or they love parks. It could be anything. This person, I don't see anything bad about them. Just, listen, heal so you could jump over here. Jump over here where the almost retired is. Yeah. Almost retired ain't bad. Alright, let me shut up. Alright, guys. Have a good night. Such quick reading. Bye. I love you. Like, share, subscribe. Come by. Jokes. Hit me up for personal readings. Hit me up if you have questions. If you have stories, please leave them in the comment section. I want this to be a support group. When y'all see somebody down in the comment section over here, all the support. You know, I'm with you. Brother, sister, listen. Whatever you need. Wherever you need to type something, let me help you. If you see somebody in need in the comment board, especially when I don't see them, and you see somebody need something, I would hope that y'all would jump in. Alright? Alright. Kisses. I love y'all. Bye.